Patient's recovering well. Surgery was a complete success. Robin, you with me?
Sorry, I just can't stop thinking about your dad's Eli Love impersonation.
She's gonna be fine. Your mom's doing a great job coaching her.
Yes, but I called Noah for a consult and I haven't heard back from him yet. He was supposed to meet my mother after work. What if they, Never mind. I'm not going there.
Hey, sorry I'm late, guys. It was one hell of a night. Whew.
Hey.
Dr. Lee? What the hell are you doing here?
Do you barge in on your hotel guests always? Or am I just special?
Hey, Amelia, just the person I want to see. I am not going to be available for taping for the next 2 weeks.
That's unacceptable.
I know, it's too bad, huh?
Look, the network is only going to take so much of this diva crap. They've told me in no uncertain terms to keep you in line.
Well, then you need to talk to the judge because I've been subpoenaed to testify. Yes, Rick Lansing wants me to help send Jason to prison.
I'm being transferred back to Port Charles. They're gonna hold me there while I stand trial.
That's Rick's plan. We need to talk about ours.
Patient suffering from Arnold-Chiari type 1 malformation, cervical laminectomy, restored natural circulation, spinal fluid through the fourth ventricle.
You're really getting into this, aren't you?
Oh, you and Robin did a great job between the surgery and the drug
This
therapy.
whole Eli Love thing.
What about it?
Oh, you're working it. You got the swagger, your casual confidence.
Well, it gotta be convincing, don't it? I mean, that's the point.
Mr. Becker, 712 will be on intravenous antibiotics for how long?
24 hours.
And why is that?
Oh, look who it is.
Ah, Dr. Noah Drake. Hello?
It's my dad.
Wow, you look just like the singer Eli Love. But I'm sure you get tired of people saying that.
Focus, ladies. We are here to work, not fawn over doctors and wannabe rock stars.
2 generations of hot.
It's getting worse.
You mean better? Till I introduced myself, they thought I was Eli Love.
Okay, relax. I wouldn't go that far.
Look, when I'm on stage, if I can fool the fans, that's the whole point, isn't it?
And my mom is your biggest fan.
Well, your mom is the one making the difference, actually.
Yes, well, I certainly give her full credit. She's amazing, Anna.
Yeah, it's weird. You were totally against this when Patrick first brought it up.
Oh, I didn't think I could pull it off.
Well, proved yourself wrong.
Yeah, I'm actually enjoying it.
I mean, look at the nurses, for instance, practically throwing themselves at you. Anna takes you under her wing. She's got you walking the walk, talking the talk. She's pretty amazing, isn't she?
You have no idea.
As you're aware, Jason is being transferred from Pentonville this morning in preparation for his trial tomorrow.
And I plan to be there to supervise to make sure my client isn't mistreated.
Not to worry, Jason will be treated fairly. That is provided that my brother doesn't try to break him out during the whole transfer.
You have no basis for that assumption. And if you harass my client or Mr. Corinthos in any way, I will be forced to file
Boy, you
charges.
talk a good game, Diane, but, legal posturing aside, it's not going to change the facts. See, Jason Morgan killed Lorenzo Alcazar.
Okay, first of all, I would prefer that you address me as Ms. Miller. You are no one I want to acknowledge on a first-name basis. And second, since you obviously need a refresher course in the U.S. Constitution, my client is presumed innocent and has the right to a fair trial by a jury of his peers and a vigorous defense.
Well, I have conclusive evidence that Jason killed Lorenzo Alcazar, which would explain why you're not trying to negotiate a plea bargain.
My client doesn't need a plea bargain. He's just trying to grasp this concept. Innocent
Miss Miller.
Yeah.
You're a very smart attorney.
Thank you.
You have to realize that the odds are stacked against you. At the end of this trial, Jason Morgan is going to be put in prison for the rest of his life.
I'll just take it you've staked your professional reputation and that considerable ego of yours on that outcome.
My revised witness list.
Samantha McCall. Well, I don't see what relevant testimony she has to offer.
She only lived with Jason for 3 years. I'd say Sam knows enough to put him away single-handedly.
Well, you have an interesting dilemma. You can use your testimony to punish Jason for having a son with Elizabeth, or you can cover for him, even perjure yourself, hoping your show of loyalty will win him back.
Yeah, but I am the one who broke up with him.
Was it easier in your pride to leave before he threw you out?
Jason would not have thrown me out.
Please. You stood by and watched his son get kidnapped. I don't know Jason well, but I can't imagine he can forgive that.
Well, that's good, because I don't want or need his forgiveness. I wouldn't take him back if he came crawling on broken glass. I was with Jason for years, and he showed me absolutely no loyalty. He didn't trust me enough to tell me the most important thing that ever happened in his life. He destroyed everything that was good between us.
So you're going with option A, then? Revenge.
Rick's got that recording, you know, with the officer saying your name and before a gunshot and a thumping sound.
Yeah, but they have nothing. No witnesses, and they will not find Alcazar's body.
I understand that, but, you know, Diane says Rick still has a strong case. And she's doing everything she can to discredit the recording, but the jury's still gonna hear it. And Rick subpoenaed another witness.
Who?
Sam. How bad could she hurt you?
She doesn't know anything about Alcazar.
Okay. Sam is very angry. She feels you betrayed her, so that's reason enough for her to cooperate with Rick.
I don't think she would.
I do, in a heartbeat.
I think that next time a knock would be in order.
We have business to discuss. Sorry about the timing.
Oh, forget I was ever here.
I'm so sorry, darling. See you soon. Maybe we should discuss the concept of boundaries, shouldn't we?
Since you're not going to bring Jax home, I want to go back to our original deal. Find a way to exonerate Jason.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This is your urgent...
What can you come up with?
Are you prepared to deliver on your part of the bargain?
So, where did you and my mom go last night?
Oh, she actually said that she was sick of fighting off the groupies, so I think she just wanted to get me alone so I could, focus.
To rehearse.
Yeah, I still don't have all the songs down yet, so.
And where did you do this exactly?
My place. We worked pretty late, so I whipped us up a little pasta dinner.
That was generous of you.
Well, Anna's determined to mold me into Eli Love by the time of the concert's the least I could do.
So you spent the whole time rehearsing?
Yeah, we worked till 2 this morning.
Wow. Now that's dedication.
Well, Life Beat does a lot to fight AIDS. I mean, the least I can do is get this thing down as best I can, right?
So, my mom and you didn't talk about any personal stuff, right? Your life as a surgeon, her many adventures.
She told me some pretty amazing stories, yes.
Did she also tell you that she's basically an adventure junkie? I mean, she is an incredible mother, don't get me wrong, but, I mean, as far as relationships go,
Wait.
it's not...
Look, who said anything about a relationship here?
I'm sorry. I was just curious, that's all.
So how are the songs coming? You gonna be able to fake it?
Well, Anna said I gotta put, more emotion into the singing, so. Boy, she said that I should picture having great sex while I'm singing. But you know what? It works. Actually works.
I need to talk to you.
Are you all right?
Maybe not. How well do you know Carly Corinthos Jax?
You know what, Carly? Your impulsive streak is rapidly losing its charm.
I will be the best friend you ever had. All you have to do is keep Jason from being convicted, so stop dragging your feet and make it happen.
Ooh, a bit impatient, aren't
Jason
we?
is being transferred from Pentonville today. His trial starts tomorrow.
Well, not to play the devil's advocate, so to speak, but you may not need me. You see, Jason's attorney appears to be quite competent. I'm sure she's prepared an excellent defense.
Rick is calling more people to testify against Jason, and his case is getting stronger by the minute. You need to find someone else who could have killed Alcazar. Find some piece of garbage off the street. I don't care.
I think there may be a cleaner solution.
I don't want to talk about Sam anymore.
She's a witness for the prosecution.
I didn't discuss business with Sam, Sonny.
She's turned out to be a con woman. She will lie convincingly if she has to. You get what I'm saying? She was desperate to have a child with you. Then you turn around, you have one with Elizabeth. So what does she do? She gets so twisted, she watches a woman kidnap Jake. She is sitting on a mountain of rage. Whatever loyalty she had for you is gone. She will bury you on that stand unless you bury her first.
Forget it.
She aided and abetted the kidnapping. You turn her in, you cast doubt on her testimony.
Then I would have to admit that Jake is my son.
You should have done that months
This is
ago.
not helping me. I get that the choice I made for Jake is not the choice you would make for your own kids. But I'm asking you to respect my decision. And as far as Sam's testimony, you know what? You're right. She could lie. I mean, she could tell the truth. And if she does tell the truth, she can't say anything about what happened because she knows nothing.
What about Elizabeth? She's been subpoenaed too.
Elizabeth was with me when you called that afternoon.
And you were positive that she won't testify that she heard you get that phone
Sonny,
call?
I do not want her to protect me. I want her to tell the truth and get off the stand before Rick pushes her into a corner and she's forced to admit that Jake is my son.
You missed your star witness. Sam already left.
No, actually, I'm here to see you.
Well, it's a bad time. I just found out you've wrecked my taping schedule by tying Sam up with his trial.
You could turn that to your advantage.
Tape an episode of Sam on this witness stand?
Structure an episode geared towards seeing the justice system at work. Show a dedicated DA how he puts together a case against a contract killer and sends him to prison.
D.A. Lansing, are you pitching yourself as an everyday hero?
So Robin's mom's really into this, isn't she?
Yeah, she's actually been to Eli Love concerts all over the world. She knows, every lyric. She knows the way he moves, the way he talks, the way he laughs. I really know I'm getting it when I see her react, because Anna loves the guy.
Wow, so you guys are really having fun.
Yeah. I mean, what's not to like? We were playing music, we're dancing, singing.
What do you mean, both of you, or?
No, I'm singing.
Oh.
She's really funny, though. She told me this story about getting lost in Budapest on the way to an Eli Love concert. I couldn't do it justice. You gotta ask her. It's hilarious.
So you guys are spending a lot of time together, like working together into the night.
Yeah. I mean, it's the least, I want to do a flawless performance. I owe Anna that much.
Not to mention Lifebeat and all the people who bought tickets to the concert.
Yeah, all right.
I was on the floor without a stitch of clothing, and who should walk in but Carly.
Carly? What was Carly doing there?
The guy I was with happened to be Jerry Jax.
Jerry Jax? Kelly, what were you thinking?
I didn't know who he was. We met at the bar. We both had too much to drink, and... Fill in the blanks.
Okay, you have to be more careful than that.
Oh, believe me, I regret it already. I'm hoping we can act like it never happened.
What are the 4 classic signs of infection?
Pain, redness, heat, and swelling.
When assessing breathing sounds, what are the 6 types you can hear?
Clear, rolls, ronchi, wheezes, and
diminished or absent.
Looking for Doctors Hardy and Junior and Senior.
Put a lid on your hormones, ladies, and pay attention.
But we've been working days on the ward and nights in the war zone you call ER. Can't we just look?
You don't have the time. Now go join Mr. Hughes in 707 for his colonoscopy. What are the chances of you actually concentrating at some point?
I'm just finishing this chart.
That's not what I asked you.
Okay, I'm really worried about testifying to Jason's trial. What if what I say sends him to prison?
Look, I have no idea what kind of information you have or don't have. But if you get up on that stand and lie, Lansley will trip you up so fast you won't know what hit you.
Oh, you don't know how he can manipulate the facts.
I know it's not your job to try to stop him. Jason chose this life. And I like him well enough, but he's going to have to pay the consequences. Sooner or later, you're going to have to pay the price. And he's about to pay up big time.
Hi. I need to see a doctor. I think I might have sprained my wrist.
Look at this. How does that feel?
That's okay.
How about this?
Ow, ow, ow.
All righty, you got a sprain right there. We can ice it and we can wrap it.
I was hoping maybe I could get an x-ray because I'm not going to be able to come in tomorrow. I will be testifying at Jason's trial.
Personally, I can't see anything more compelling than behind-the-scenes access to the story of the law finally triumphing over organized crime.
We have a backlog of stories we're already working on.
But the public is fascinated by gangsters. Crime and punishment is big business these days. You should think about your ratings.
Our audience tunes in to see Sam, dressed as appealingly as possible, maneuver her way through life-threatening situations. They might be alienated by a format change.
Why are you resisting this, Amelia?
Maybe because you're obviously using me for some agenda of your own.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Well, I'm still not seeing how this benefits me or my show.
I will provide you with unprecedented access to every step of the trial. Beginning with allowing you to document Jason's transfer from Pentonville to the PCPD. Could break new ground, impress all those network executives with your initiative.
Well, you impress the mayor and the voting public with yours.
I'll be getting the bad guys off the streets. Televising Jason's trial would be a public service.
Doing this for the good of the people. It's a bit of a stretch, don't you think?
Let me enlighten you here, Miss Joplin. Jason Morgan is a professional killer. He's careful and methodical, and up to this point, he thought he was way too good to be caught. He was wrong. I'm gonna put that murdering son of a bitch behind bars for the rest of his life. And I want it documented on camera and broadcast in prime time.
Airtight alibi. That's right.
Have you seen Jason? What are you doing to get him out of
If
this?
you want to help Jason, you have to stay calm and
That's not an
rational.
answer. It's not an answer,
Rick
Sonny.
is being overconfident. We're going to use that against him.
You are not going to let Jason go through with this trial.
Diane is a great lawyer, Carly.
How many times has Jason risked his life for you? You're alive today because of Jason, and his life and his freedom are on the line. You have got to do more than recommend a good attorney, Sonny.
Rick is expecting me to make a move. I'd be a fool to play into his hands.
Okay, so you have a plan. What is it?
I didn't say I had a plan.
Okay, all right, fine. You're not going to tell me because you want me to have deniability. I get it. I get it.
Stop.
But if you need an alibi, I am here. Okay?
Stop right there. Think about how you want this to turn out.
I know how I want this to turn out. I want Jason free.
Okay, hypothetically speaking, if he breaks out and is on the run for the rest of his life, he's never coming back. How are you going to feel about that?
I would miss him every day. But I'm not selfish enough to want Jason to stay here and fight if that means he's going to go to prison for the rest of his life. I would rather know Jason was free, even if I had to fly to the other side of the planet to see him.
Better hold you.
How'd you hurt your wrist?
Oh, this I was working off some aggression. Not that you would have any idea what that feels like because you are always in control and perfect. Come on, you're the ideal wife, mother, nurse.
Okay, sorry I asked.
Hey, did you go up and see Jason yet?
Yes, I have.
That's great. I'm sure Jason moved heaven and earth to make sure that you were allowed in.
Sam.
What? What? Am I talking too loud? Am I embarrassing you? I'm sorry. Look, no need to worry. There's nobody here. Nobody's listening. You're not going to tarnish that halo of yours. Not that you care when you throw yourself at Jason, though.
I know this is your husband.
Maybe. I don't know if you've heard, but maybe your husband, the cop, forgot to mention that Jason was being transferred to the PCPD today, which is great because you'll be able to steal some more private moments. Unless that's going to be a problem with Lucky. But hey, since when do you give a damn about what Lucky thinks?
I'm glad you didn't leave yet. Here's the form you'll need for the x-rays.
Thanks. Bye.
She's not even trying to hide how much she hates me anymore.
Sam had all her dreams pinned on Jason. Now they've broken up, and you're surprised that she's nursing the grudge?
And I know she blames me for the breakup.
I'm thinking she blames Jason. There is nothing more dangerous than a woman scorned, and Lansing knows it.
What do you need, Rick?
You know, it's nice that you got Max back on the payroll. I think he was getting a little bored working at the Metro Court. Carly wouldn't let him shoot anybody. Unfortunately, I also had to have him detained by 2 officers because he seems to think it's okay to put his hands on the district attorney.
Get out.
I'm here to do you a favor.
I don't need a favor, Rick.
Did you go visit Jason this morning?
Yeah.
And I think you are the last person that visited him just before his transfer back to Port Charles.
There's no crime in that, is there?
The evidence that I have against Jason is conclusive, Sonny, and I'm sure we've tried to have all of your lawyers find all kinds of legal loopholes, and you realize by now that there are none. Jason is going to be convicted.
I've heard this speech like I don't know how many times, and right now I'm not really interested.
If you're just planning on pulling anything, say, like trying to break Jason out during the transfer, I would strongly advise against it. I have a camera crew that's going to document his arrival at the station. Now would be a good time to keep a low profile.
You're right, Rick. You're holding all the cards. So why are you the one sweating?
I'm making a note of my client's condition. He arrives in Port Charles with so much as a scratch, and I will be filing charges.
Relax. Nothing's gonna happen to him.
I'll hold you to that. And I will see you at the Port Charles police station.
What are you doing?
Oh, hello. I'm enjoying a stroll. It's a beautiful day, don't you think?
What about our deal?
I'm all over it. I was just wondering if you meant what you said when you said you were going to be my best friend. I've never had one before. So I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, are we going to have sleepovers? Can I borrow your clothes? Can you do my hair? You know, can I text you on my cell phone? Will it include benefits? I'm shaking with anticipation.
Your benefit's gonna be I'm not gonna let Max or Milo hang you off the roof of my hotel by your ankles.
You really have to do something about your hostility, Connie.
I'm not joking. You can't jerk me around the way you did when you held me hostage.
But I can jerk you quite painfully if I want to. But you're my sister-in-law. I'm on your side. So I'm ready and willing to assist.
What's your plan?
My plan is to prevent Jason from going to prison for the murder of Lorenzo Alcazar, just as you asked.
Hey, how's Kelly?
She's just a little stressed out. What about your dad? How are his Eli Love lessons going?
Well, he said your mom's been great. She's helping him with all the songs and moves.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Relax, it sounds like they're too busy for any extracurricular activities.
Or so we hope.
Robin, your mom is helping my dad stay clean and sober despite impersonating a known drunk. As long as no one gets hurt, what's the problem with having a little fun?
My mother has a huge crush on Eli Love, okay? She has admitted to fantasizing about him, and your father is looking and acting more like him by the minute.
So what, you think she's gonna take this opportunity to turn fantasy into reality?
Well, let's just say that my mother has never been shy.
Wow, and they are her parents. That's kind of weird.
Kinda?
But they are consenting adults.
Oh, no. Do you think it happened already? No, it couldn't have, because you're right. They haven't spent that much time together. But if they keep going on like this, could you imagine? Oh, no. Just wiping that thought right from my mind.
I want the extra shipment stored behind the garage. Oh, look who's here. Morning, neighbor.
I don't have much time, but Jason's being transferred from Pentonville.
Okay, so why are you here?
I heard the chopper, and then I called the hotel. They said you checked out and gone back to Manhattan.
I did, but then the foreman called to say that the shipment had arrived earlier, marble, so.
So you still going ahead with the renovation?
No, I told you a few weeks ago that I wasn't selling.
Yeah, you did, but you left so quickly.
Well, I'm staying. I mean, it's not the most convenient time for me to come back. But, you know, someone had to oversee the marble, so.
Right, marble.
Okay, so I suppose you think I came back for you.
Wes, hey, you're aware that I'm not going to be around for the next week or so for taping, right?
Amelia told us. You've been called as a witness in the Jason Morgan trial?
Yeah, so I was kind of thinking that maybe I could finish up taping all my segments and then you and your crew can start editing while I'm gone.
Actually, Amelia wants to do a piece on the trial.
Are you serious?
Well, she just left for PCPD with a cameraman.
Huh. Why would she bother?
Public loves cop shows, right? She figures there's an audience for a piece on a real live DA crusading for truth and justice by putting a mob hitman behind bars.
Hey,
Hey.
how crazed are you right now?
I'm on my break, can't you tell?
Okay, you're busy. I'm gonna call you
No,
later.
Elizabeth, if I read one more case note, I think my head is gonna explode. Any diversion would be welcome. Besides, you look like your head's about to explode if you don't talk to somebody.
Yeah, Sam has that effect on me.
Uh-oh. What now?
Well, she claims she heard Liz, but I think it was just an excuse to show up here to mention that she's testifying against Jason.
How did she seem?
Bitter, angry, spiteful, throwing out little digs about me visiting Jason and how unfair it is to Lucky, but why would I care about my husband's feelings? She can hate me all she wants. I'm so afraid she's gonna take it out on Jason. Everything is Jason's fault. Everything is my fault. I mean, we didn't apologize enough for sleeping together, and then we remained friends, and then we didn't tell Lucky, so we're really evil people for it. And you know the thing that's so frustrating is that I'm not sorry I slept with Jason. I'm not, and I resent that she implies that it was the same as her sleeping with Rick.
Look, I'm not defending her. She's hurt. She's acting badly. But the best thing you can do is just not to engage her.
And normally I would agree if Jason weren't going on trial for murder tomorrow. Sam lived with him for 3 years. I'm sure she knows something that could hurt him. And Rick, you know, Rick is a brilliant manipulator. He starts pushing her buttons when she testifies. She could get Jason convicted.
You know, your lawyer didn't have to give me all those warnings. I'm just doing my job. I don't want any trouble, Mr. Morgan. You were my last transfer before 2 weeks vacation with the family. Taking the wife and kids to Vermont. Couple hours drive due east and we are in heaven. Marie and my daughter will go shopping for quilts. My boy and I will go fishing in Lake Champlain. It seems like only yesterday he was playing t-ball, and well, now his Little League team's in the playoffs. He's the starting center fielder, batting .353 with 8 doubles. I tell you, I am so proud of that kid. I mean, look at me. I get this stupid grin on my face just thinking about him. And they grow up so fast, man. You know, and you gotta make the time to spend with them, because if you don't, it's gone. And you can't get it back. You got any kids?
Carly, if you're hoping to see Jason, you're gonna have to wait inside.
You know how bad I am at taking orders, so I'll be staying right here.
No, no civilians are allowed near the police van. Only the police and a cameraman.
Cameraman.
Yes, I'm giving Amelia Joffe full access. She's doing a piece on Jason's trial. See, we seem to think that the public will be reassured to know that law enforcement has finally brought a dangerous criminal like Jason to justice.
How about doing an expose on dangerous psycho freaks who abuse the power of their office? How about that one?
Amelia, just in time. I think we get a good vantage point from right over there.
I'd prefer to have my camera inside since the guards are going to be rushing Jason in from the van.
Oh, no, Jason won't be moving very fast. He's going to be shackled hand and foot.
Shackled? Why, you like shackles. And soon everyone's gonna know just how much, because when that camera starts rolling, I'm gonna tell them exactly what you did to me in the panic room.
But you really think I got that hip movement down, right? Yeah, we'll practice tonight. I'd love to. Yeah, 7 o'clock. Yep, my place. All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Listen to him, he's laughing.
He's enjoying the conversation.
He's flirting.
Shh.
Hey, do you like Indian food? I can swing by and pick some up. Yeah? All right, great. 7 o'clock. Okay, bye. Hey, how's the patient doing? What's the prognosis? Anything new?
The protocol seems to be addressing it. Are you sleeping with my mother?
What? I just got the feeling that you were trying to avoid me like you are right now when you went.
I am the editor-in-chief of a magazine whose offices are in New York City.
So there's
I
no-
need to be there to work.
Okay, that's all fine, but there's no problem between us after, what we.
I
what
didn't
happened.
intend to sleep with you, Sonny. I was under the effects of a libido-enhancing drug I mistakenly took, thinking it was ibuprofen.
Really? Well, lucky you were with me when it kicked in. Can you imagine? If you were with that foreman, that would have been.
It's not funny.
I'm sorry.
Look, I wasn't in my right mind or body or whatever.
Well, you told me that you didn't think I was taking advantage.
No.
Okay.
I made myself quite available because of the aphrodisiac.
Are you? So you regret it? Is that what you're saying?
I'm actually trying not to think about it.
Kind of hard to forget.
I sent you flowers until I found out you were gone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Didn't have to. It's nice. You know what? If you'd excuse me, I have to go over the blueprints.
I'm not making you nervous.
No. Don't flatter yourself. I'm really busy. I have a lot of work to do. I want to decide if I'm going to widen this veranda.
I got a better idea. Instead of running away from all this, why don't we figure out where we're going next?
What's the matter, Rick? You don't want me telling the whole world on national TV how you chained a pregnant woman to the
Carly,
wall?
hey, go ahead. Tell them all. You got no proof.
Really? I can be really compelling when it comes to telling how you terrorized me.
Really? Fine. Well, while you're at it, why don't you also tell them how readily you run to the defense of James Craig or Jerry Jacks, whoever the hell he is. I wonder if you'd be as compelling then.
Okay, I can be. This time you have gone too far. My client has never been convicted of any crime. And you have shackled him like an animal. It is completely unnecessary, not to mention a
Spare me,
violation of
please,
his
your
rights.
righteous indignation, Miss Miller.
You are simply posturing for the television camera.
Jason Morgan is a violent criminal. He is being charged with murder.
Charged, which is a far cry from being a convicted felon, and that's exactly how you're treating
The
him.
people of this city have watched Jason subvert the law for years, hiding behind high-priced defense attorneys like you. They want him brought to justice, and I'm going to deliver it.
You are unbelievably
I would
self-righteous.
seriously tone down the rhetoric if I were you, D.A. Lansing. Otherwise, it's going to be all the more humiliating for you when my client walks away a free man.
I need to speak with you.
We have absolutely nothing to say to each other.
I know you blame me for your breakup with Jason.
Gee, you think? Just because you climbed 15 flights of stairs in the middle of a blackout to jump into bed with him, or because you go chasing after him every chance you can get, even though you're supposedly married to Lucky.
Hate me all you want, just don't.
If you came here to play shrink, you are wasting
His life
your
is
time.
on the line, and you know that he would rather die than be locked up in that prison.
How dare you?
Please, do not get up on that stand and turn on him.
Pleading to me about Jason. You lying tramp.